Hello.
We would like to direct everyone's attention to Brita's wonderful shirt, the squirrel bayonet.
Oh,
The only thing more dangerous than a chainsaw bayonet is a squirrel bayonet.
available on Teespring.
That's right. You can still order that shirt.
Yeah, I designed it myself.
Yep. And we have a new shirt.
And it was kind of a nod to Jay and his obsession with bayonets.
Yeah.
And what was the thing? It was like, I don't know, the media was going crazy about some sort of gun thing, and they had like
Washington Post.
Whatever it was. They had it was like the period where they had the chainsaw bayonet, and like people like started doing a meme where they were like putting everything, the
Tyrannosaurus Rex underneath the head.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it was just the funniest thing. And so I thought we need a squirrel bayonet. So
and it works.
It's available on our Teespring channel page,
store,
or whatever.
Patreon.
But I wore it for a purpose, and I'm going to put this at the beginning of the show because there is a brand new T-shirt.
Yes.
New Sqrpt T-shirt.
No nuke squirrel.
No nuke squirrel. No step on squirrel.
Yeah.
No step squirrel.
No step on squirt.
For a long time now, I've wanted a Sqrpt T-shirt that kind of looked like the Gadsden flag.
The squirrel.
And
this is a good one.
And it took some doing. Oh God, sorry, I'm trying not to have that window behind me. It took some doing. Alan and I collaborated, and kind of like he has some sort of like editing thing on his computer, and I have a thing on my computer, and there's a lot of trading files back and forth. But I think it came out pretty good. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
see, I have no talent whatsoever, so I was left out of the process.
Well, I hope you like it. I don't know.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's the rampant squirrel.
I like the rampant squirrel is awesome.
On a gold T-shirt, which I think is really cool. So I still have to order ours. I haven't done it yet. But.
I ordered one. I don't know if it's like, I think they wait 3 days before they ship it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll wear it next week.
They do it in cycles. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
It may take a while. But
is it one of those deals where they have to get a certain number of orders?
No, they stopped doing that, but they wait. It's like a 3-day wait. I guess they're seeing if they're going to get more orders, so they can get your batch or something. But then they do it. You can just keep ordering. I mean, we got stuff on there. There's all kinds of old shirts and crap you can order.
We have the original logo one, and then we have minimalist logo one that kind of matches those stickers that Helen was handing out.
Right.
And we have baby onesies, which is really cute.
That's right. If you want a baby onesie with a squirrel corn on it.
I'll wait because there's only one way we're getting a baby onesie. And I can wait for that.
Might be 2 ways.
That would be, technically, I guess.
What?
But the most likely is my boy knocks up a stripper. So
Jay.
Well, he is in the Navy, Jay. It could happen.
Oh my God.
Sure.
So is it weird? I mean, I could ask you both this question. Is it weird to know that you're old enough to be a grandpa?
Yes.
It is. And it was actually driven home a few years ago when I got an assistant who was born after I graduated from college.
Oh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
He's like functionally older than I am in that, he's like an old man in a young man's body, but he's a very nice guy. Don't get me wrong. But it was just like that. You were born in what? Like, what? Huh? Like I was out of college at that point. My cultural references are lost on you.
It was like 30 years ago, Jay.
Yep. Next year it'll be 30 years.
Yeah.
But he's never seen Die Hard, but I've pretty much seen it all through memes.
What?
Yeah, he's one of them.
What's wrong with that child?
It's one of the millennials that communicates primarily through memes.
Damn kids don't know anything.
Back in the day when we actually, went into a building for work, we'd spend the lunch hour. The millennials would spend the lunch hour showing each other memes.
Memes,
like how they communicate.
Yeah.
It's like that Star Trek episode.
Which?
The Star Trek episode. The one.
Yes. When the walls
I don't.
Darmok.
Oh,
Star
that
Trek
one.
Next Generation.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's Darmok with his arms wide open when the wall Shaka when the walls fell.
Yep.
I'm butchering it,
Yeah.
and I've probably seen the episode
Yeah,
a dozen times. But again,
You know,
I watched
Jay, I
those
wanted to
reruns
ask
in
you.
college.
I wanted to ask you. I was up late at night last night for no good reason, and
Cats
probably.
Why did it have to be
Also,
cats?
it was hot. I can't sleep when it's hot. Anyway, so Roku has like a really good channel, Pluto TV, which they have all sorts of. It's free TV, and they have all sorts of channels and stuff. Anyway, there's a Star Trek, and I was waiting to ask you about it. There's a Star Trek. It's Star Trek Discovery.
Oh yeah,
Discovery. That's
you don't know about it.
It's got to be one of the new ones. I stopped at Voyager. Voyager was like the beginning of the end.
Oh, okay.
I watched like 2 episodes of Enterprise with Scott Bakula, and I was like, oh God, no! They crashed this franchise into a tree on fire. I want no part
That was such a disappointing show because the intro was so great.
Yeah,
the opening credits were awesome, and then the show just was like, bleh.
Yeah, Enterprise.
Yeah,
the biggest problem I had with Enterprise is they tried to make it before the original series time.
Yeah, they retconned the whole thing, and they made it all screwed up, and it was
50 years more advanced in real time.
Right.
Like when you look at Star Trek, the original series, it's like teleporters and warp drive are literally the only things we don't have now.
Right.
I mean, you have a giant communicator that only can call the ship. Oh, how cute.
How quaint.
I have all of human existence in my hand.
Right. Yeah.
Not a context.
Yeah, it just makes
that would
sense.
be pretty narcissistic. But anyway, I digress.
Discovery is the woke Star Trek.
And I was about to say it. I only saw a short amount of it. I mean, it looked cool. Visually, it was like really like, wow, the aliens were really good. And like the worlds were really good. But like they started talking about races and, the color of their skin. And I was like, oh no, I'm out. I'm out.
It's got
no thanks.
It's got really bad reviews from like the Star Trek fans and stuff because it's just over the top woke.
Okay. Is that also owned by Disney now, or?
I
probably
don't think so.
Isn't everything owned by Disney?
Yeah, it's true. It's either Disney or Amazon,
and by extension China.
That's going to be the real civil war. Mark my words, you heard it first. With Disney and Amazon.
Disney versus Amazon.
It's going to be like the epic. It's clash of the corporations.
Yeah, but they're all going to suck.
Yeah, they're all pandering to China. So.
Yep. Please don't keep us out of your media of whatever, China.
1.5 billion person audience.
Right. Yeah. Because they know they've lost the U.S. audience. We won't watch their crap.
We don't care. Maybe that's it. That's what they'll do. They'll team up with Amazon to go door to door asking people about vaccinations.
Oh, jeez. God. Oh, Jay.
That was
now
bad.
that you said it.
You like that segue, huh?
Yeah, but now that you said it, it like makes
in
sense.
A smiley box.
It makes sense.
One of the funniest memes I saw on that was that they had photoshopped Joe Biden and Kamala Harris into the stereotypical white button-down shirt, skinny tie, khakis. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior vaccinations?
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know who ever thought that saying government officials going door to door was going to be received with anything less than universal derision.
They're only here to help, Jay.
But yeah, it's get more people vaccinated, and because I'm sure, we want to be protected from those false positives caused by soda.
I didn't look this up just because I wanted you to tell me about it. I know that you shared the link with us, but
apparently, I actually read the whole thing.
Okay.
When they do this particular test, and I forgot what it exactly it's called, but basically it looks like a pregnancy test. And you mix your saliva with a buffer and put a drop on the little test. There's like a little section you put the drop on, and it tells you if you have COVID or not. Well, if you take soda or orange juice and drop it directly on the test, it gives you a positive for COVID-19.
Oh.
So, and the thrust of the story was that school children were faking positive results to get
of course they were. Of course.
Which
I gotta go. I gotta stay home. I got the COVID.
Good for you, kid.
Little Timmy, this is the 5th time you've had COVID this year. What's going on?
You've had COVID 17 times. Yeah. But I
that's great.
Got to thinking, one of the interesting pieces that was, and apparently that they were theorizing, and this is just a reporter, and they're all retarded, so who knows where the truth is, but the working theory is that you need to use the buffer to bring the pH to a pH of 7. I don't want to chem nerd too much, but the lower pH of acidic things like soda or orange juice were causing the positives. And I'm like, there's one thing you should have done that really would have helped, which would have been to mix soda and orange juice with the buffer.
Ooh.
And see if you get a positive or a negative.
Yeah.
Because
I think they did that.
I didn't read anywhere that they had, but because that makes me wonder if you have recently drank soda or orange juice.
Yeah.
Would that give you one of the asymptomatic positives?
Well, yeah, because it's a saliva test, right? And your saliva, depending on what you ate or drank, your saliva could be more acidic.
That would be the basis of the breathalyzer.
Yep.
So,
right.
Did the
Hey, Jay, I think your mic's rubbing on your
on my beard.
No, it's rubbing on your zipper.
Shirt, something.
On your shirt.
Oh, something. How about now?
Yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah.
So, which again, are we? Yeah, it might be the beard. Are we? Did we see an abnormally high number of false positives? It would explain the asymptomatic. Ooh, yeah, because they never actually had it.
It could be.
Again,
the test is geared to give false positives. Also,
right?
Because tests like that, you'd rather have a false positive than a false negative.
I have COVID tests in my house.
You should take one.
I should do it.
You should.
There you go, and then put some soda on one.
Is it the one? Is it the?
I don't know. I've never opened the box. I have to look at it.
Is it the antibody test, or is it the one to see if you have it right now?
Well, antibody requires a blood test.
Yes.
No, it's just like a saliva test, I guess.
Saliva. It looks like a pregnancy test.
That's the one to see if you have it right now. 2 bars and you have
COVID. It's a baby COVID.
I could get 2 weeks off of work. Look, it's positive. Sorry, I kicked him
got the Rona.
I got the COVID.
Coof. Yeah. And it's one of those things, if they hadn't been, lying about every single aspect of this since pretty much day one, I'd be willing to say, oh, that's interesting. But at this point, I'm like, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? They seem to be pushing this Delta variant pretty hard, and it's eliciting pretty much a giant yawn. People are like, no, you put us through that shit a year ago.
No, now it's Lambda. Now it's Lambda.
They moved on to Lambda.
They moved up.
Everybody that knows anything about viruses knows that as the virus mutates, it becomes weaker.
Right.
It spreads faster.
Right.
It's more communicable, but it gets weaker.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we don't have the Spanish flu anymore.
Exactly. We kind of still have it, but it doesn't kill people like it used to.
Right.
So
ice cream truck. Listen.
Oh, I hear it.
Ice cream
truck.
Run out and get a bomb pop.
I do have to admit that was one really awesome thing about being way out in the sticks when the kids were little. Yeah. Ice cream truck never came by. It wasn't worth their while.
Yeah,
because you know our street was like half a mile long, and there were maybe 10 houses on it.
Mm.
So it's like you go to the
and
apartment
not
complex.
Guaranteed to have a kid in the house,
right? And
Right.
there were only like 3 houses with kids in them.
Right.
So you go to an apartment complex and have a giant crowd, or you could spend an hour driving up and down these streets. So they come through our subdivision down here in Virginia all the time.
Yeah, they
do you get ice cream from the ice cream truck?
They drive it, but
why would I do that? I can get ice cream at BJ's much cheaper.
So you don't have that childhood, like, what was your ice cream that you got from the ice cream truck? You don't have that.
Oh, when I was a kid, I mean, when I did, oh God, now I can't remember.
I always got the one with the gumball on the bottom. For some reason, I thought the gumball was like a special thing.
The sugar cone with vanilla ice cream, chocolate, and nuts.
Like the Nutty Buddy thing.
Yeah,
Nutty Buddy.
That was like my favorite.
I got the Bomb Pop.
My son's was the little Kim Possible figure.
Oh, that's cute.
He loved Kim Possible. So
and they always come out really wonky.
Yeah, it looks absolutely. Like you get the SpongeBob one. How do you screw up a sponge? It's a rectangle
Square.
for crying out loud.
Yeah,
and it's like melted, and it looks like SpongeBob. If the Scream, who's the artist?
Munch.
It had he drawn SpongeBob, that's what it would have come out as.
Eyeballs all.
Yeah, just melting.
Yeah.
Looking like that guy on Indiana Jones.
Yes. Nazis melting like chocolate bunnies
Nazi
in a
face
microwave.
melting. Yeah.
I don't know why I went for that gumball thing. It was like a plastic cone and had gumball in the bottom and like I guess ice cream or sherbet or something. But for some reason I really wanted that gumball.
I used to go, there was a Swenson's ice cream shop down the street and they had bubblegum ice cream.
Oh.
And I used to get that when I was a kid. And it was ice cream that had like gumballs in it.
I thought you meant it was flavored like every child's medication.
No, it wasn't. It was like vanilla ice cream, but it had gumballs in it. Like
Swenson's, like the car hop place.
Swenson's. It was like
I
don't know. It was like it was an ice cream shop of some sort.
We just got a Swenson's in Willoughby, and it's like, woo! Everybody's so excited because it's like a car hop type place, and it's like Sonic, right?
Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, they bring the food out, yeah.
Which I've never really understood.
Whatever.
I've eaten in my car.
I don't want to eat in my car.
Yeah, I know. I either want to take it home or I want to eat it there. Those are the two options. It's binary. It's either I'm going to go there and eat the food there, or I'm going to take it home.
You already drove your car to the place,
right?
You might as well get out and eat in the place.
I'm going to put on my old man hat here. Okay, I'm going to scream at the clouds and yell at kids to get off my lawn. I do not understand the concept of Uber Eats. I do not. I mean, it makes sense for people that don't have cars. And, if you live like in in the big city or whatever.
That's mostly what it is.
But
city people.
If you're in the suburbs and you're just too fucking lazy to get in your own car and go to McDonald's. Oh, God.
Rita does it.
Rita, you do it?
I haven't done it in a long time, but like during the pandemic and stuff. And it was just like a little different. It was like a hassle to do the whole, whatever the bullshit was. I was like, just bring me the food.
The pandemic, that's
I don't care.
More understandable.
Bring me my pad thai. I don't care.
But
pad thai is different. Pad thai is pad thai. I'm saying like you're going to pay premium for Taco Bell.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
I just, that you can't be bothered to get in your car and go to McDonald's. And I'll admit I'm spoiled because we have like pretty much every major chain within 3 miles. So it's like, I'll just, I'll have it faster if I go get it.
Yeah.
Including Chick-fil-A. We do have hate chicken. So
I wanted to tell you, Jay, and I totally forgot. I found the Chick-fil-A sauce in the store.
Yes. Yeah, this is very recent.
I was so excited.
We kind of knew it was coming because like we first moved down here, the kids love the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Well, yeah, it's delicious.
And you could get it at Chick-fil-A, but it was like in a Chinese takeout container.
Oh.
Like the small one.
Yeah.
And they literally never charged the same amount of money twice. It was sometimes you go and it was like a quarter. Sometimes it was like $8. You're like, what? But we paid it because goddamn it, it's Chick-fil-A sauce.
You need that sauce, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it showed up in an 8-ounce squeeze bottle.
It's a smart move on their part, I think.
And it had a little flip top, and it was printed upside down.
Yep.
And it was like, and then sure enough, earlier this year, what's on the shelf at the local Safeways? Big old 16-ounce Chick-fil-A sauce.
So at the grocery store, do they tape it off on Sunday so you can't buy it?
No. It's the only way you can get Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
always Sunday I want Chick-fil-A. What is that?
Oh, of course. It's like being told you can't do that. You can't go out.
That's what it is.
You're not allowed to go out in public. Like, well, now I want to. Yeah.
I always want to go to Hobby Lobby on Sunday.
We have a Hobby Lobby in the same section of the plaza as Chick-fil-A.
Well, of course.
And literally in the same block of shops as Hobby Lobby, Total Wine.
I don't know what that is.
Giant wine store.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, is it just wine?
It's wine, craft beer, and cigars. Cigar, it's a small humidor, but it's mostly like there's probably like a dozen or more. No, more like 24 aisles with wine in them, and maybe 4 aisles with beer and hard seltzers. Like hard seltzers, like the big thing now. Yeah, between what Truly and what's the White Claw, and now everybody Budweiser's got seltzer.
Yeah, every brewery's doing
natural ice seltzer. You're like
White Claw is like Zima of the 21st century.
it's the new
it
Zima.
Totally is.
It's the new Zima.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's the big non-beer. It's
sometimes they say they're gluten-free, but they're not really. So be careful. Yeah. If that's a concern for you, if gluten makes you sick, be careful. Read the ingredients.
That's why just straight up corn. No, corn liquor. No,
corn would be fine.
Corn liquor. There you go. I was like, wait, hold on, gluten's weak. I'm like trying to do the permutations in my head. Like,
corn squeezins.
Corn squeezins. Corn based. What about potato?
Potato's fine.
Okay, so vodka. Yes, Badania.
Yes, vodka's fine. Actually, most distilled alcohol is fine. But like it's the stuff they mix in with the alcohol to make the seltzer. Like sometimes not good. Anyway.
So
yes.
Anything going on in the world?
Other than the COVID Stasi. I just and Joe Biden yelling his 4th of July speech.
Oh boy, that was
totally incoherent at the swearing in of new citizens, and
they did a survey, and like 2/3 of even Democrats don't think he's actually in charge.
Well, it's obvious.
He's not in charge of himself.
No.
I know it's crazy, but it's like,
oh God,
how much longer is this going to go on? Jeez, there's a theory. There's a theory I read. That you're seeing more and more about the Hunter laptop, and more leaks from the Hunter laptop. Somebody was saying that might be preparing the battle space for getting rid of Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I read an interesting thing, and of course now I can't remember where I saw it or the details, but I read it like 6 a.m. on my phone in bed. So. Whatever. But somebody, is it Charlie Kirk, maybe? Wrote an article, and he did some research into the people that are actually in the administration. Like the people surrounding the president and working in the White House in the administration. Apparently, they're all in this kind of like shadowy corporation together. Like a lot of them are from the same. God, I'm gonna have to find the link.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was.
Are they all part of Burisma? Is that
not Burisma, but it's like one of these things where people who previously had worked in Washington and in sort of security, defense, sort of big high tech high power jobs all kind of created this group together. And I'm going to have to find the thing. I feel like an ass. I don't have like the details, but somebody went down the list of all the people in the administration. They're like seeing the same connection of the same company over and over and over. And
yikes,
even down to like Jen, what's her face? Jen Circleback.
The Circleback.
Yeah.
Jen.
And they're all kind of in the same company group. I don't know, but they're all in the administration together. So the theory was that, maybe we've discovered who is actually running the show there.
Yeah.
Is this corporation.
Well, Dr. Jill's only running Biden. She's not making policy decisions. She's just not. She's not.
Okay. I mean, who knows?
Mm.
Well, look at what she's done in the past. Her dissertation for her doctor in education was laughable. So she's not the one making the policy decisions at the White House. It's somebody else.
She's not the power move.
She's handling Biden.
She's keeping Joe from, running off and sniffing children. She's
his leash.
Yeah.
And she's keeping him like
you look when he wanders out away from his handlers, she's the one that comes and gets him.
She goes and grabs him and brings him back.
Like, oh, come on, I'm sure they pulled it, and I'm sure it's one of those things that Secret Service agents wandering over and grabbing him was less well received than his wife.
It's just his wife. Yeah. Isn't that cute?
Oh dear, you've wandered off again. You're slobbering on the carpet again.
Quit sniffing that girl's hair.
Joe. She's an embryo, Joe. Don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not terribly surprising. I mean, most of the administration's Obama retreads anyway. So it's not surprising that there would be a common link that, they probably went into right after Hillary lost. Because it's like, we're coming back.
Oh, they do that. They cycle in and out depending on what administration's in charge. It's the same people, they all do the same thing. I had a guy I used to work with wound up working in some staff of some Republican representative somewhere, and he would when that guy lost his next election or something, he got a job working for some place in DC, some government, here, have a job, kid, kind of thing. And then the next, after 2 years, he got a job with somebody else's staff. And then they just, they come and go, they cycle in and out. And, the staffers, the staffers are the ones that really run the place. Because a lot of those critters, Congress critters, especially the new ones, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just got elected. They show up. They don't know how to do anything in Congress. And so they have, they hired the guy that's been the staffer for the last 4 Republicans that have had that seat or something. And he's like, oh yeah, you do this and you do this and you do this. And, stuff like that. So,
it's going to take some searching.
Yeah.
I'll find the link.
Okay.
It's okay.
But here's a clue. The name of the corporation is West something, and it's referring to the walk between the White House and the
West Wing?
No, it's West something else.
Building?
But yeah. Yeah. But they're talking about, it's like the direct link between this and this, the White House, and that's the name of the corporation. So it's just creepy and shady, like
fishy.
It is fishy. So I'll find the link.
Okay.
Somehow.
You could put it in a group or something.
But yeah, I really think like on a certain level, like staffers and the people in the administration and the people surrounding the president probably control a lot more than we think they do. I mean, we always think, the president controls the country.
Even a non-senile president like Trump and,
Yeah.
Barack Obama. They're all, they don't have the time or the energy to do everything. They rely on their staffers to.
Well, it's like any business, right? You got the head guy, and then you have everybody else.
You got all the middle managers that do the policy papers and do the research and all that kind of crap, and then they, you have
the library director, and then you have the reference department that does everything.
And everybody that's ever worked for a manager where they had to like do in administrative capacity, learned how to manage the manager, right? You learn how to manage your boss, right?
Yeah.
You learn how to make them do what you want to a certain extent, just by how you position things, well, here's our 3 options,
It's just so easy with Biden, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that
it's not even, he's an empty suit. It's so easy for him. You just give him a card and say, here, read this, Joe.
But no, though, because he will start rambling about Lord knows what, or he'll mumble, or he'll start yelling,
or whispering.
But that's just how he is. They're relying on the media, like covering it up. In fact, they had I was reading they had the State Department guy. I think it was the State Department guy, and some reporter actually asked him a real question, and the guy was like blown away. He was like shocked, like, what? They were something about the guy was trying to claim that that the Biden administration has maintained all, they haven't reneged on anything that the Trump administration did. And the reporter's like, well, wait a minute, you did this and this and this and this and this.
The XL pipeline. I mean,
you've gone back on all these agreements and deals that the Trump administration had. And the guy was just like, well, I mean, how dare you ask me an actual question?
They haven't seen real journalism since, 2020.
Sure.
And that's
it's been longer than that, Jay.
Well, I mean, they made up stuff to go after Trump about, but at least they were hostile to him.
Yeah. Real journalism died in the 70s. Come on.
I didn't even know if it was that late. I think Cronkite and the Tet Offense had probably put a nail in that.
Walter Winchell.
Yeah. But speaking
the Spanish American War.
You provide the pictures.
Well, who was the guy who covered up all the genocide and he got the?
Oh yeah, that guy, the New York Times guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just made a movie.
Yeah.
About how it got exposed. They completely. They knew, everybody knew what was going on.
Right, and he totally covered it up. Yeah.
And they got Pulitzer Prizes and
which does make it interesting that we're hearing about what's happening in Afghanistan now. And
I'm not surprised.
We're hearing about it. We're hearing about it because we left, Jay.
Yeah, we left, and they want to go back so badly.
We left.
Interesting. Well,
left all that shit behind too.
But it's bad. I mean, what's happening is we knew it was going to be bad when we left. It's 10 times worse than we thought.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is the only reason we're hearing about it is because right now they can blame Trump. They're still in that golden window.
They are saying, they started pulling out under Trump.
Exactly. And that's exactly it. It's get it out now while it's still plausible to 2 years from now. It's like, no.
Well, it's only been 6 months in the Biden administration. How can he possibly be responsible for anything?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, it's funny that you mentioned that because I suspect that's why they're letting coronavirus go.
Letting it go.
People are sick of it. I mean, they're trying, there's been a sizable number of people that thought that they were going to keep using it because they can use it to control people, et cetera, et cetera. And we've seen half-hearted attempts with, the Delta variant. But I think they're letting it go because at this point, Biden's been in charge for 6 months. That's only a few months longer, like 2 months longer than Trump was in charge during coronavirus.
Ah, good point.
Because it really didn't break
Yeah.
until roughly March.
Yeah.
And come November, that's 8 months,
Yeah.
he was out.
Yeah.
And of the two debates, the first one was entirely about coronavirus, and the second was like half about coronavirus.
Right.
And how, and it was how Trump had mishandled it, and it was awful, and he failed, and he failed, and he failed.
And Joe had a plan, but he wouldn't tell us.
And we're still talking about coronavirus 6 months into the Biden administration.
Right.
People are still dying 6 months into the Biden administration when we have a vaccine that Trump put into effect. But we have a vaccine, but people are still dying. We're still talking about it. That's exceedingly bad.
Right.
For Joe
and
Biden.
I saw a headline that, they're so disappointed that Biden didn't reach his vaccination goal by July 4th. Hence, this is why they're talking about coming to people's houses.
Door, yes.
The door-to-door thing. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, and
that's a good way to kick things off, if you know what I'm saying.
I know.
The Health and Human Services Secretary, Xavier Becerra, I think. Becerra. He said that I think he was in an interview with somebody. Anyway, he said that it's absolutely the government's business to know who's been vaccinated.
Ooh.
Really?
I mean, I guess in a way, they can require your kids be vaccinated before they start school.
Correct.
So,
I mean, they have to.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
Because, your local government knows that your kids are vaccinated. So now, this does presume competence, which is a stretch.
Yeah.
But one could presume that, my town knows that my kids are vaccinated. Right. So my county must know my kids are vaccinated. My state knows my kids are vaccinated. It's not a stretch.
I don't know that it's that organized.
And then that's, again, that it does imply competence.
Because if I remember right, you just have a certificate or something from the doctor that says you got vaccinated.
Right.
It's on your chart.
And
your permanent record.
Your permanent record.
You give it to the school, and they, who knows what they do with it. But it's not like it's not like there's a centralized government database of who.
No, but if they want to find out if a certain person is.
At this point, there's no way they can.
Oh yeah, for coronavirus,
they'd have to institute some sort of new database or something. And
wasn't it not too long ago that the left was like entertaining Jenny McCarthy?
Oh yeah,
who swears up and down that vaccines give her son autism.
They cause autism,
right?
Yeah,
and wouldn't it? The left was like championing her. I mean, she had books and everything about it, and she, and people took her seriously.
Yep.
And because of vaccines are evil. So, but now,
look at how they've turned around on Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Big Pharma was directly responsible for the rise in insulin rates or prices. Right. Oh my God. I mean, I remember Mark Warner fucking 8 months ago campaigning, this is my daughter. She had diabetes.
Right.
And we could afford it.
Until Big Pharma started giving the Democrats billions of dollars.
All of a sudden, Big Pharma's our friend. Oh, look at Moderna and Pfizer. Aren't they wonderful? All of a sudden, nobody says a word about Big Pharma. Nobody has been, wait a minute, we've just made 9 new billionaires and they're all from Big Pharma.
Amazing.
It's kind of interesting that only certain billionaires are of concern to the left. When it comes to, let's say, I don't know, Elon Musk, he's the, next worst thing to Satan, or whatever the left considers a bad thing. Donald Trump, he's the next worst thing to Donald Trump.
Right.
But yet, the completely unnamed pharmaceutical billionaires who benefited greatly from coronavirus, nobody cares, nobody knows, nobody's up in arms saying it's unconscionable that they made billions off of, hundreds of thousands of people dying. Nothing. You know, like they turned off the outrage, just like they turned off the outrage.
Yeah,
in all the cities.
I think the like almost everything the government does, the virus, the vaccine thing was mismanaged. You know, remember the fraud from the all the government handouts in 2020. Remember, like billions of dollars wound up going overseas to like Nigeria and China and all these other places because the government was just handing out money like it was like, here, have some candy.
Yeah.
And they kind of did the same thing. I think they did the same thing. They were so anxious to get vaccines that they did the same thing to the big pharma. They could have structured it so, look, we're going to let you make money off of this, but you're not going to get rich off of it because it's humanitarian. And big pharma was like, shovel in the cash.
Yeah. Well, big pharma was like, if this is a nice country here, it'd be a shame if everyone died from coronavirus.
Right. But it's like
the government painted itself in a corner, Alan.
Yeah.
Because they had created this coronavirus boogeyman that was going to kill everyone. We're all going to die. I heard people bandying about 3% fatality rates.
Oh, they were talking about higher than that.
Yeah. Up to 10%.
Right.
These ridiculous, we would have seen tens of millions of people. There would have been bodies in the street. It would have looked like a Hollywood blockbuster. It would look like Outbreak.
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, except it would have been dump trucks.
Right.
Not hand cards. And that's how they portrayed it because they were trying to hurt Trump.
Right. Well,
so
they're also really bad at math.
Well, they've never had to be good at math. Yeah. But all of a sudden, you're like, well, we're on the verge of having this vaccine. And, oh, by the way, we managed to get Trump out. Well, all of a sudden, we got to get everyone vaccinated because that's the only way to stop this.
Right.
Well, you want millions and millions of vaccines. Well, you're just going to have to drive dump trucks full of money up to Pfizer.
Yep.
Otherwise,
and also release us from all liability.
Right.
For everything. In perpetuity. Cat cam.
Yep, and gone.
Sorry. He's getting ready for dinner. So
it's about
you might
time.
get to see the whole.
It's about time.
Yeah, I don't know where my cats are.
There the whole is. Dinner production.
Maybe he'll roar.
He's not roaring. I don't know. He just woke up. So
he's like, it's not time yet, but it will be shortly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when we hear about billionaires, there's entire classes of people that are curiously absent. Nobody complains that LeBron James makes, hundreds of millions of dollars for playing a game. But, right. The CEO of, insert whatever.
Yeah.
Citibank. Oh, the insurance companies make money. Oh, this company makes money. Oh, how come their CEO makes $1 million a year?
I saw a great, I think it was on Twitchy. I can't remember what it was, but some blue check Twitter moron was like, hey, how about we do a game show where the CEO goes to work for the job of the lowest paid person. And then somebody else responded like, hey, how about we have another game show where the lowest paid moron has to do the job of the CEO for a month without bankrupting the company?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, my personal favorite was the headline. I think Alan pointed it out. Was that an upside to inflation? Inflation.
That was me.
I think Brita posted that.
But oh my god! Seriously,
it's insane.
What?
Yeah.
An upside to inflation is that wages go up. Again, you just said it, Alan. They're bad at math.
Really bad at math. Really bad.
Because newsflash, moron, your wages aren't going to go up to match inflation. That's not how it works.
Never. Never, ever in the history of ever.
Yeah, like it's dumbfounding. It really is that this is the spit. They're trying to tell you inflation's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Carter is history's greatest monster.
Oh, God.
And the Department of Education has been dumbing us down for over 50 years now.
Yeah.
Or almost 50 years. Dude, Carter wasn't quite. But people see that headline. Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. Inflation goes up. I get a raise. I get a 3% cost of living adjustment.
Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, everything's again, is more expensive.
Yeah.
Plywood's gone up triple. Gasoline's gone up 50%.
I was talking to the finance guy at the Ford dealership, and I was asking him, what are the prices on these trucks going to be like next year? Mm. And he's like, oh, they're going to be like 10 to 15% higher.
Oh, well.
Yep.
In 1 year.
Yep. And then that'll be the new normal.
It's not like they have a choice, because everything that goes into the things is getting more expensive.
Yep.
The steel, the aluminum, the computer chips, all that stuff is getting more expensive. So what are they going to do? Lose money? No. Yeah. They're doing enough of that this year. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well,
they're losing money because they don't have any product to sell.
You've heard about the grocery stores. Have you heard about the grocery stores?
How they're stockpiling food before prices go up, they're trying to.
Yeah. They're stockpiling.
Which is creating like a weird shortage thing, right?
Which is funny if you think about it, because a lot of stuff grocery stores sell is perishable. So if they're stockpiling stuff, they're thinking about the next few months. They're not thinking about the next year or two.
Right. They're
not stockpiling meat to sell it next year.
We hope.
So, and there's stories like that all over the place.
So Brita, encourage your deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the meat comes to you.
Oh, there was another one. Wells Fargo this week unilaterally closed every consumer line of credit in their banking operation.
Whoa.
Really?
Everybody that had a line of credit at Wells Fargo is getting closed.
Meanwhile, the Biden administration saying, hey, how about if we loosen restrictions on who gets home loans?
Right.
My God.
That didn't blow up during the Clinton years or anything.
Yeah, that wasn't a huge disaster the last time they did it, was it?
Because again, the home loan system is clearly racist because we say it is.
Do you remember the 2000s? I remember driving, because I still listen to the radio sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'd listen to like News Talk Channel or something like that. And I swear to God, every other commercial was some subprime mortgage broker screaming about how you could get, a $500,000 house for no down, no money down, no credit check.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. And it was just like.
Yeah.
It was the 90s all over again.
And like, good Lord, people.
Let's not secure anything. Let's not,
My favorite one this week was, I just shake my head. I'm like, it's like the idiots are running the show. Biden came out. Somebody was talking about how what are you going to do about the price of gas? Like, price of gas is going up. And Joe Biden, and I think there's like a video clip, but it came out and said, we're going to raise taxes on gas companies.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, take care of it, Joe.
That'll fix it. Like, what? Like, they're not going to pass that cost down to us in one way or another? Really?
Well, that's what they think. They think corporations pay taxes.
God.
It's not. They know. The Democrats.
They know.
I know they know.
It's your average person, your average fucking moron.
Yeah.
Why? Yes, those companies should pay more in taxes. Like, idiot, they don't pay taxes. They collect them.
It's just
Where
like
they collect them from?
It's just like inflation. The government and the Federal Reserve treat inflation like it's this thing that just happens. Inflation, it's happening. It's inflation.
Yeah. Somebody hit the inflation
We're gonna try to control it, but it just happens. It happens because you fuckers keep printing money. Yeah. That's why it happens.
Right.
It's not. They know. It's just like the corporate tax thing. They know. Yeah. They just don't want you to know.
The $15 an hour minimum.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah. They know it's going to be more unemployed people, but the morons.
Massive inflation.
What's funny is we blew right past the $15 minimum wage to pay me for not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which that's going to be a lot of fun next year when tax time rolls around.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And all of those people that have been taking all that extra money and not putting a quarter of it aside are going to fill out their taxes and look at, instead of getting that $1,000 refund, are going to owe $2,000. And they're going to go, what?
Yep.
And
because unemployment benefits are taxable.
And all they have to hang their hat on is Donald Trump suing Twitter. That's all they can talk about.
Yeah.
And
he's not just suing Twitter. He's doing a class action. It's not just Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He's the lead plaintiff in a class action that encompasses everyone that's ever been kicked off for their political views. That's what he's trying to do. So
I don't know, but it's
good luck, Don.
I'm sure it's a stunt, and I'm sure he's going to make money from it. But I don't. It's
I don't know. He'll probably get thrown out.
It's making me think
because he's Trump.
He's not running in 2024.
And I don't think he is.
I think it's he's like no, I made it. I'm not going to be Grover Cleveland too.
Yeah.
So
he's too well. But here's the problem: is the Democrat. How the Democrats do this like rehabilitation thing for ex-Republican presidents. Every new Republican candidate is the worst Hitler ever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the previous one gets rehabilitated because they're not the worst anymore.
Look at George W. Bush. That's all you need to do.
He was Bush Hitler. Now he's this cute old guy that paints paintings,
Yep, but he bashes Trump, so it's okay.
Right. But they're going to do the same thing for Trump. When the next Republican, DeSantis or whoever it is that's the GOP candidate for president in 2024, they're gonna be the next Hitler, and Trump's gonna get rehabilitated.
I don't think Trump will play into their hands like Bush did.
I don't think so either.
Bush wanted to be liked. Trump's going to be like, "Fuck you."
Oh yeah.
So I think they're going to. It's going to be he's the worst since Trump.
Yeah.
But and kind of tie everything up with a little personal anecdote. Or not personal, but there's a member of my extended family. I'm not going to name names, but
do they listen to the show?
I would fall over dead of shock. They are flaming leftist, hated Trump.
One of those,
yes. And
from the Orange Man bad side of the family,
yes. Simultaneously, this is not my side. Like I'm making it clear, not my wife's side.
Okay.
Just in case. But simultaneously has been full blown on the, first it was Bernie, now it's Biden, the forgive student loans and forgive student loans and forgive student loans. And then posts, I'm traveling for the next 2 months. Look at me. It's so hot in Vegas. Look at this. Look at this. You're very close to 40 years old and you still live with mom and dad. And you have the audacity to complain. And by the way, still in school. And you have the audacity to claim that your student loan should be forgiven. Wow. That's the mindset in a nutshell. Yeah. Right there.
Well, I got news for them. That's not going to happen.
You have you toured the world. You're still touring the world. You are still the grasshopper. coming and going as you please. I want to go. I want to go live abroad for a while. I want to go live here for a while. Every time it fails, and it always fails, back to mom and dad. Like I said, 40 years old, still living with mom and dad, still in school.
Sad.
Saying, forgive my student loans.
Nope.
And still family, still love them, but sometimes my finger hurts from hitting the block button. Because I'm like, I can't put up with this shit. I really can't. It's that disconnect in logic that says, I'm going to rail against student loans.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, literally, they're on like, I don't know, like 5th or 6th degree at this point. And
do they have a job?
No, of course not.
A series of like adjunct professor type things.
Oh, they're like in the
the ones that don't pay anything.
Right. They'll teach for a semester, or they'll. This person
that's a whole culture. That's a whole culture. Once you get into that college, like you're taking all these bullshit classes, and then you're teaching bullshit classes, and then it's like this whole. You don't ever have to have anything real. Like you get taken care of, basically.
It just floors me that, like, literally on the heels of, those evil corporations making all this money, and my student loan should be forgiven. I'm going to take 2 months off, tour the country, and live out of hotels for 2 months. I can't take 2 months off.
No.
How is that getting paid for?
I'm lucky to make it a long weekend.
Unemployment, Alan. You just said it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow. And just,
I guess it's beyond, there
it is.
Tiger. It's beyond, it's beyond the pale to expect them to take some of that money and, I don't know, pay off their loan or something.
Yeah. Or I don't know, maybe instead of touring the country for 2 months, you, I don't know, buckle down, went to Walmart, worked
Get
hard.
a job.
Yeah. That's, I'm an artist.
Oh.
Again, there's others on other sides that, we don't have any money. Oh, we bought lottery tickets, and we bought, tickets to see, we're going to 4 different shows this summer. And, we went out to eat. We went out to eat every night this week.
Wow.
Come here.
Oh, it's like, when you see that,
no wonder you don't have any money. Jeez.
Yeah. The millennials, I stopped eating avocado toast and I couldn't afford a house. That's not the point, moron.
Avocado toast.
The boomer said if I stopped eating avocado toast, I could have a house. And it's like, we're pointing out that you spend your money on stupid shit. And that's why.
Some.
Yeah. But again, ant and grasshopper. And they're quickly proving that even those of us who saved, well, you're idiots because your money's fucking worthless.
Yep.
Buy Bitcoin.
Oh, God.
Bitcoin.
Oh,
not
God.
Too late.
It's not too late. Yeah, right up until the time that they say, if it's worth anything, we're seizing it.
Like I was at the mall with my mom and I saw a Bitcoin vending machine.
Yeah, Bitcoin ATM. They're all over the place now.
Very weird.
Yep. You can, at those machines, you can put in dollars and buy Bitcoin, or you can trade Bitcoin for dollars.
So if I put in $1, can I get $1 worth of Bitcoin?
Yes.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yes, you can. Because it's
Bitcoin $1 at a time.
What is it? It is, hang on, I'll tell you exactly what it is now. It is one US dollar is worth 3,094 Satoshis.
They're just making shit up now.
No, I'm not. A Satoshi is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin.
1/100 millionth.
Right. So there's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin.
You're making that up. There's
I'm not.
There's 19 million Pokemons in a Bitcoin.
No, there's 100. There's 100 million.
That's what it sounds like. It's like
we're just making up words now.
And so you can buy, spend $1, buy some sack.
Okay. You can get 3 Nakatomis.
You could.
Do we have a show and tell today?
Brita should sell. I keep telling Brita she needs to do an NFT of her meme.
My famous quote.
Sell it for Bitcoin.
For Bitcoin,
and
you can mine Bitcoin.
That can be your retirement fund.
I do not have a show and tell tonight. I was.
Alan, what about you?
I don't.
I'm like, I have a pair of scissors.
I actually was prepared.
The only show and tell I could possibly have is shoehorned into my garage outside. So.
Oh, you have to post a picture on the Sqrpt page.
I did.
I also have something I can.
I did not.
I also have something.
I saw the old timey truck.
Yeah,
the old time. Yes, that was Alan's first ride.
I have a show and tell.
Oh, good,
awesome.
And I will show it to you. It's less exciting looking than it's here. Nope. There. Can have the cat too.
All right. Yeah. It's a rock.
It's a quartz.
It is not quartz.
Not quartz.
Selenite.
Nope.
Diamond.
What is it?
Diamond.
Really? You guys don't know?
Cubic zirconium.
Nope.
Lucite.
Nope.
Loctite.
Nope. Nope.
Tell us.
Ice.
Ice 9.
Salt.
Really?
It's salt. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that must be from your salt mine.
Right. And I was going to tell a little story about salt mines.
Do it.
I don't know, the detailed history of the salt mines, but Cleveland, Ohio is on Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes, and we have a salt mine under Lake Erie.
Lake Erie saltwater?
No.
It
is not. The salt mine is like a half a mile. I talked to Mike about it before the show, just so I had a few details. Salt mine is about half a mile under the surface of Lake Erie.
Wow.
And
that's deep.
Yeah. And there is like a vein of salt about 30 feet deep. So when you get down to the salt mine, there is a 10-foot layer of salt, a 10-foot tunnel, and then 10 feet of salt under the tunnel. Mm. And so they're constantly digging salt, and it's used for like road salt, like that sort of thing. It's not like table salt, but
it's probably not kosher salt either.
I'm sure it's not kosher. I'm sure it's not. But the reason why I have this big chunk, and the reason why the salt is under Lake Erie is because there used to be an ocean here, a sea.
Right.
And it evaporated, obviously. But it was the ocean where this guy swam around, the Dunkleosteus. So, yeah. But the reason I have this big old chunk of salt is, what does the cat do?
Like to see the salt shaker that came out of.
Yeah.
The reason I have the big chunk is because Mike's company surveys. Mike is a surveyor, and he works for a surveying engineering company, and they do surveys of the salt mines.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a few guys who are surveyors, and they go down.
So when he's down there working in the salt mines,
he's working in the salt mines.
Mike does not do the salt mine surveys. You have to have like a special training and special permits. That whole thing to go down there. But I don't know how often they go, but they are the surveyors for the salt mine. And occasionally someone will bring up a big chunk. So when you go into the office, there's frequently like chunks of
giant chunks of salt. Now, if you lick it, does it taste like table salt?
Yes, it's salty.
I bet it's really dry down there.
Yeah. Yes, it's very dry.
Yes.
And my fingers are salty. And they send equipment down, and the equipment will never come up because
Yeah.
if you Google it, you can Google for pictures of the salt mines under Lake Erie, and everything is like crusted in salt, but it's really cool looking. You know, it's like this tunnel of salt.
Since
cool.
it's so dry, and even though there's a lot of salt, does stuff actually rust, or does it not rust because there's no water to rust?
I don't think it does. I don't know. I don't think so. But everything's like
caked in salt. Yeah.
I think the theory is that if it comes back up to the surface, it's like immediate rust. So don't bring it back up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because salt is very, what is it, hydrophilic?
Yeah.
Yes.
It just goes.
water.
Yeah. Oh, and I keep this. I keep this in my guest bathroom on the shelf, and there's always like a puddle of salt crystals under it because of the humidity.
Sheds.
Yeah. So this is like getting smaller every year.
Oh wow.
It's originally the size of a mailbox.
Used to be this big. Now, no.
It's giant. So I have a show and tell in my garage as well. I'll post a picture.
You have a new car?
No.
Truck?
No. I was telling Alan about it. An accessory for my motorcycle.
Oh, cool.
I have a trunk. I got a trunk for the Harley Davidson.
A trunk.
A trunk for touring.
I don't know how that works. I'll have to Google it.
Because it's just on the back.
Like a saddlebag kind of thing?
Yeah, it had hard saddlebags. Now it has a matching trunk to go with it.
Oh, neato.
So like if you look at it
is it like one of those old man things, like the old men with the bike and they have the big thing on the back? Okay.
It's not it's not a trike. It's not a tricycle.
No, I know what you mean though. I know now.
You should get a sidecar, Jay. That'd be awesome.
I would love to get a sidecar.
Yeah.
They are exorbitantly expensive.
I bet they're more expensive than the motorcycle.
Horrifically dangerous, I'm sure.
Not for Harley Davidson. But basically to attach a Harley Davidson sidecar to my motorcycle, I would save money by buying a brand new Ural complete setup. But
then it wouldn't be a Harley.
And well, true. And they are more dangerous in that they don't handle like a motorcycle.
Didn't they don't handle like a motorcycle and
they don't handle like a trike either. Because when you make one turn, like I'm trying to remember like what side they come off of. I believe it's the left. So like when you make a right turn, you're going to lift the sidecar off the ground.
I see those in movies all the time.
Yeah, and if you make the other turn,
every World War II movie with Nazi motorcycle guys, there's the guy
Indiana Jones. Yeah, it's up in the air.
Yeah,
and when you go the other way, you're fighting the sidecar every step of the way.
Right.
So you have one where you can't turn too quick or you tip over, and well, you don't tip over, but you got the weight holding you down. But you can kind of lean a little bit, but not really. Right. And then one where you have to make a ridiculously wide turn because you don't just go zoop. It's
seems like they put that on some kind of torsion link or something so you could bend the motorcycle a little
bit. The racing units do. The racing units lean with the bike, and there's a whole division of motorcycle racing with sidecars and someone in the sidecar who has to lean with you, and it's
fun. Do they get machine guns?
Nobody gets machine guns. But,
damn it! I always thought that was the coolest thing, the sidecar and the guys that got the machine gun in the sidecar. That's what I always wanted.
Yeah. See, the problem is that the ammunition to feed the machine guns is big and bulky, and there's nowhere to put it.
They put it in your feet.
You put it in your feet. They're bigger than that, Alan. Yeah. You ever been on board a World War II airplane?
Yeah.
The giant box that feeds the 50?
Yeah.
That would take up the whole sidecar.
Yeah, but they didn't put those giant boxes in motorcycles. They used like the little 250 link belts in the box.
The giant boxes were, I believe, only and that's also 50. We're just totally gun nerding out,
right.
but I think a little.
The other thing I loved was the old show. God damn it, Rat Patrol.
Oh God, Rat Patrol.
Did you ever watch that one with the jeeps in the Sahara Desert fighting Roma?
Oh, Jay, have to watch it.
You got to go YouTube Rat Patrol.
So
I've seen Rat Patrol.
I'm sure I've seen it at some point.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They got their Jeeps flying along in the desert when they got 50 calibers mounted on them, shooting up Rommel's tanks and shit.
Anytime you get to shoot up Rommel's tanks, it's a good time. But
great.
So yeah, I'll drop a picture in of my new trunk.
Cool.
I'm very excited. I want to go on a journey.
I don't have a cat.
I'm gonna go visit Alan.
So I can't do cat cam. Yeah, you can come visit. I got a spare room.
He doesn't have a basement though.
You're allergic to cats.
No basement. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats.
You would hate my house.
That would be. I do enjoy breathing. So that we may have to figure out another.
Plus you'd have to load up on allergy pills when you came to Texas because
Oh, yes.
It's bad.
The pollen is brutal.
Not as more cats than pollen, but
I didn't have a pollen allergy until I went to Texas.
I've been to Texas a few times.
Well, maybe Houston's special, but holy shit. I was in Houston and I was like, do I have the flu? Oh my God, I'm like burning up. And I was like stuffed up and I'm thinking, I'm sick. I got sick on the plane. Oh no. I was like, shit. And Alan's like, nah, I don't think so. Take this allergy pill. I had to take two.
Take a Claritin.
Yeah, I had to take one of each, like one Claritin and one of the other one. What is it called? Allegra.
Yeah.
One of each.
You gave her Viagra?
and it was not. I did not have the flu.
What's the other one? It starts with a Z.
Zyrtec.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All I could think of was Z-Pack. I'm like, no, that's not it.
So crazy. So the allergy different, and just my own personal experience, those different living in Houston where it's just god awful all the time. Different times of the year and different days of the year, different allergy pills may work better. One may work better than others
because you need the cocktail.
Because the reactions are different, and sometimes like for things that give me itchy eyes, the one works better, and then stuff that makes me sneeze, the other one works better, and it's just God, it's a constant nightmare. Oh, lost Jay.
Jay's gone.
All right. Well, I guess we're done. Yeah. Hour 12. Yeah. That's good enough.
Oh, wrong way. Hold on.
Where is he? Oh, no foods yet?
Yes, he ate his food.
Oh, Jay's back.
It just all of a sudden it was like, and I was looking at my phone. I'm like, what? What the hell?
We're looking at Tig.
Look at Tig.
He's
like, I'm waiting very patiently. I will not be patient much longer.
Where's my
Probably not.
food?
Where's my Hassenpfeffer?
We're ending the show, Jay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
I'm glad you're back though to say goodbye.
I'd come back to say goodbye, and we'll.
If you haven't seen it, go look in the group. I'll put for the new shirt.
Oh yeah.
I'll also put a link on the webpage, but honestly, nobody looks at the webpage.
Well, I don't know.
The webpage only exists to create an RSS feed for iTunes and all the other things people stream the audio from. I don't think anybody actually downloads or
well, if they hear this on the show, maybe they will.
They might go look at the link, or they'll go to the Facebook group and look there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Are we on Tubi or Mercari? Or I'm just throwing out words now.
No.
Rumble,
Bumble, Grinder, whatever. I don't know.
not Grinder, Jay.
We're on Rumble.
TMI.
We're on Rumble until because someday we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube. It's inevitable.
Just make sure you look up Grinder on your work computer.
Do not.
Don't.
Actually, these days that's probably safe.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Next week?
I had something and it's gone. So anyway,
yeah.
Next week I'll have a show and tell. I promise I'll have a show and tell.
Okay.
It'll be next week is the 15th of July.
Almost
holy moly.
July. Yeah.
That's crazy. 2021, man. 2020 seemed like it took forever. ever.
Yeah, I think we're seeing like the snap back.
And 2021 is like whoosh, gone. It's amazing.
It's the weirdest thing now to have to go back to wearing a mask.
Who has to go back to wearing a mask?
And going to work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the building. It's an employer thing because of the state.
Yeah.
It's not my employer.
Right.
It is state mandated that, your employers have to wear masks, even if
Right.
they're vaccinated, even if they've had it, blah, blah, blah.
That's dumb.
And it's like more than ever, it's like do. Fuck.
Yep.
Back to the car.
My work has classified me as a flex employee, which means I don't ever have to go in ever again.
Yay!
Well, my boss is in India. Of the 20 people in our engineering group, only 2 of them are here in Houston. So
what's the point?
Why there's a guy in Prague, there's guys in Singapore, there's guys in California, there's guys, in Spain and England, and they're all over the world. So it's like pointless to go into the office. Oh, it's because, and the office people are always, the guys who really want to go into the office all have young kids.
I was just going to
say. And they're like, I got to go into the office. Kids are driving me nuts. And, and everybody else is like, no, I don't want to go.
The library is back to regular hours.
Oh, man.
Like regular 9 to 9, except for Friday and Saturday.
At least you're past tax season.
Yeah. And we're going to start like in-person programming, and we're going to end the Zoom programs. Thank you, Jesus.
No more Zoom yoga.
The last one was cute with the cat.
That was good. We had a Zoom program last night, and the yoga presenter, she had a kitten.
Totally upstage.
Yeah, like why? It's, why bother? But yeah, so, and actually things are starting to pick up at the library. Like people are starting to come in again, and
that's good.
Seeing kids again, and not very few people are wearing masks.
Yay!
So, yeah,
and yet we didn't all die. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
Imagine that. Good old benevolent Joe Biden.
Oh,
allowed us all to live.
Remember when I had a cold and it wasn't the COVID?
Yes.
When I was talking, there's a guy I was talking yesterday, and he sounded awful. I said, "Man, are you sick?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've had this cold for like a week, and it's not going away." I said, "Go get a COVID test," and he did. And he told me today, he's like, "It came back negative." So
it's just a cold.
It's just a cold.
just a cold. Yep.
So all these precautions that
Yep.
are theoretically supposed to stop the super virulent disease, and it's not stopping a cold.
So we go back to, influenza ceased to be for 2020.
Yeah. Nobody had it. Nobody caught it. Nobody died from it.
No, not only there were 65 tests for influenza performed in the U.S. from March of 2020 through the end of the year. 65. This is a disease they tell us kills tens of thousands every year.
Right.
And we are to believe that.
But remember, that number turned out to be a guess. It's an estimate. They don't base it on anything. It's just a.
Oh, yes.
Well, clearly the lockdowns
40,000. Yeah, that's what it is.
And I'm sure that, there will be a decrease in, automotive deaths for 2020 because fewer people were driving.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm going to do the COVID tests.
Okay.
Because I have 2 of them. I have 2 of them, so I can do one regular and one with orange juice.
All right.
There
or
you
Coca.
go.
Or Diet Coke or something.
Or whatever.
Anything acidic.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you can show it to your boss and go, I got to stay home for 2 weeks.
I'm sick.
Quarantine
everybody. Oh my God.
We're going to do science.
Yes.
It'll be the science report.
All right.
Science.
Professor Brita.
Yeah.
Are you going to wear a lab coat?
I am not.
Safety goggles.
Maybe.
Blue gloves.
Tubes and wires and careful notes.
I will wear blue gloves. I have blue gloves.
Get one of those
2x2 hands of blue.
Yeah, 2x2 hands of glue. That's right. Get one of those I forget what they call them, the little things with the copper that spark goes.
Van de Graaff generators.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, we'll get
Get one of those. Put it in the background.
Yeah.
Shock the cat.
Bubbling beakers.
Yeah. Little Bunsen burner.
Mike will lay out on the slab and act like Frankenstein.
On Brita's Science.
Science with Brita.
It's time to go.
We're doing science, bitches.
Get in, loser. We're doing science.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good night, you guys.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Oh boy.
All right. We're done.